Tornadoes and hail and high wind are going to be your big hazards today. We have a low pressure sitting up in this area and a very slow moving stationary front. Off to the east, we have this warm front that's not only bringing those warm temperatures, making it feel just hot and humid for so many people, but also helping to fuel storms later on this afternoon and evening. So it's a slight risk today, a level 2 highlighted there in yellow. Where is the largest hailstone expected to fall? We're watching for those yellow and orange colors in here, and I think that I had highlighted southern portion of North Dakota, the eastern portion of Montana, all the way into the northern portion of South Dakota. Now, I know that's a lot of directions. You don't have to remember that. I'll show you a map here in just a minute. Highlighted here in red is your largest hailstones. So we're expecting the largest hailstones to fall anywhere from Billings to Sheridan to Rapid City today. As you move off to the east, you're going to have some scattered showers and storms, and then you're going to have more storms into the overnight hours into places like Fargo, Aberdeen, and Minneapolis. Minneapolis is included in the hail risk both today and tomorrow, and we could see up to golf ball size hail in this area. I kept it in the low risk, that risk highlighted there in green for hail today, but you could also see a few tornadoes. And again, that tornado risk also highlighted here in green. That tornado risk also stretches down into places like central Iowa. Central Iowa, right in the middle, and northern, one more time. The northern portion of the state as well, we could see a few tornadoes. And we'll get to your timeline here in just a minute. It's a level 1 risk, but again, a few tornadoes are possible today. We were just noting it's a pretty widespread area for this tornado risk today. Let's move on to the wind risk here. Your wind risk includes Billings all the way down to Rapid City, even including a portion of Colorado and Kansas in this wind risk. Again, I think the better chance for high wind will be from Rapid City to Alliance and then into North and South Dakota. We also have another chance for high winds farther down to the south and east, where we do have some scattered showers and storms that will produce a flooding risk in this area and maybe 60 to 70 mile per hour wind speeds. Now let's get into the timeline. And as I look on my screen over here, do I have any questions? Vic, you're looking ahead. Tomorrow, any hail in Denver? I do have a Denver forecast for tomorrow, so give us just a few minutes and we'll get to your Wednesday forecast. We've got questions about Omaha. Now, I think, isn't Omaha just slightly out of the risk here? Yeah, just barely out of the risk. Des Moines is in the risk, but Omaha is out. Now, they may be in the risk for tomorrow, so we'll get to your Wednesday forecast here in just a minute. Let's get through today first. Here's your timeline for today. Looking at your, really zooming out here, looking at your national view, you've got a good portion of the country that's getting rain today. But as we zoom into the northern portion of the U.S., this is really where we're watching for the strongest storms today. Many of these going severe as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. You're going to start to see isolated storms in the central portion of Montana this evening. This, again, will produce several tornadoes. You could also see some large hail. I think that these first few initial storms, those will be your hailers. Then as we head into the evening and overnight hours, that's whenever you're going to start to see more scattered showers and storms, so a widespread area of rain. Still a few tornadoes are possible here, but I do think that we shift more into that wind risk, which is why we kept some of those eastern communities as a lower hail threat. Again, taking a look at your Minneapolis forecast here, the main chance for storms will be 9 p.m. to the overnight hours. Could you get an isolated storm before 9 o'clock? Yes, that's possible. It'll be mainly out to the west. That'll be a better chance for your storm zone out to the west. Your max hail size today, I said golf ball. I think that is a very low chance to get golf ball size hail. You're going to have a better chance for 1-inch size hail today. And are we going into Denver next? We're going into Denver next. Oh, this is for your wind today. So let's talk about Chicago wind today, and then we'll talk about hail tomorrow. Tuesday wind, yeah, you could see some isolated to scattered showers and storms right around that Colorado, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska state line. The farther north that you go, the stronger these storms will be. The farther south that you go, the weaker and more likely you are to get a high wind risk. Still Denver, you could get some rain, but the likelihood of that going severe today is a very low risk. Now tomorrow, that's a totally different story. I do think that we have a pretty decent hail risk tomorrow. And let's take a look at that. Here's your risk for tomorrow. not only including Minneapolis, but also going as far south as central Colorado. So where do I go? Okay, I start with Minneapolis, then we'll go down into Denver. Showers and storms will start early tomorrow morning. I think that you guys have had an early morning storm and a late evening storm just over and over and over. Most of your daytime hour is dry. However, the mornings and the evenings have been very stormy. That's exactly what you'll see tomorrow, where you start out with those showers and storms in the morning, and then you could get another round of strong to severe storms later on in the afternoon and evening hours as well. Now let's go down to Colorado. There we go. So what you're going to see here is you're going to see storms forming just to the west of I-25, a very classic setup. You're going to see these storms right around 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There you go. You've got maybe an isolated storm or two near Cheyenne, isolated storm near Denver, or just to the west of Denver. These storms are likely to intensify as we move into the evening hours and produce that large hail. How large is the hail? I would say right now, maybe 2 inches, maybe up to the size of a tennis ball. Now that'll be pretty isolated, okay? So maybe that falls in between Cheyenne and Denver. We'll have to see. I think that models tomorrow are gonna give us a lot more information on those specific risks. But today we do know the timeline. We're expecting those storms between about 2 and 7 o'clock tomorrow. There's your timeline. Afternoon and evening storms, very typical for this time of the year.